ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness unto light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. So let us start with chanting the verses we have already covered. Please chant after me. न त्वं देहो न ते देहो न त्वं देहो न ते देहो भोक्ता कर्ता न वा भवान् चिद्रूपोऽसि सदा साक्षी निरपेक्ष सुखं चर रागद्वेषो मनोधर्मो न मनस्ते कदाचन निर्विकल्पोऽसि बोधात्मा निर्विकार सुखं चर सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि विज्ञाय निरहंकारो निर्ममस्त्वं सुखी भव विश्वं स्फुरति यत्रेदं तरंगा इव सागरे तत्त्वमेव न सन्देह चिन्मूर्ते विज्वरो भव श्रद्धस्वतात श्रद्धस्व नात्र मोहं कुरुष्व भो ज्ञानस्वरूप भगवान् आत्मा त्वं प्रकृते परः गुणैः संवेष्टितो देह तिष्ठत्यायाति याति च आत्मा न गन्ता किमेनं मनुषोचसि देहस्तिष्ठतु कल्पान्तम् गच्छत्वद्यैव वा पुनः क्व वृद्धि क्व च वा हानि तव चिन्मात्र रूपिणा Now we will do the 11th verse. त्वय्यनन्तमहाम्बोधौ विश्ववीची स्वभावता उदेतो वास्तमायातो न ते वृद्धि न वाक्षतिः In you who are the infinite ocean, let the waves of the universe is like waves, let it arise or let it subside. You neither gain by it nor do you lose anything by it. By it means by the universe arising or disappearing. What does this mean? You see, is this what you are experiencing? This bottle of water here. Is this outside you or inside you? You immediately say outside. But you know why we are saying that? Because we are firmly set, I am this body. Inside this body, I am somewhere there inside this. So this is I. And anything outside this skin is outside me. Here, inside me, here, outside me. But that means I have made this body me. That this bottle of water is outside your body, correct. If you drink the water, it will be inside your body. Inside the body, outside the body. But you, what are you? So, when you consider yourself to be this awareness, are you aware of this bottle of water?
Yes.
You're aware of it. What do I mean by aware? Take it slowly, step by step. What do I mean by aware? That you're seeing it. Just nobody will deny, yes, I am seeing it. That means this is in your awareness. What you see is in your awareness. You are aware of it. When you're aware of this glass of water, is it correct to say this bottle of water is in your awareness? Yes. From the point of awareness, isn't this an item in your awareness? Is it correct to say whatever you are seeing, all the objects, whatever you see, is in your awareness?
Yes.
And whatever you hear is in your awareness? Correct? Whatever you're hearing at the moment. Whatever you touch, in your awareness. Not only are you aware of it, but it is in your awareness. You cannot say it's outside my awareness. It's in my awareness. So whatever I see, hear, smell, taste, touch, it's in my awareness. Not only that, the body, now look at the body. This body which you can see, and when the stomach rumbles, time to eat, you can hear it also. Yeah, you can touch it, taste it, smell it, the body. So if the objects of sight, touch, smell, these are all in your awareness, then the body which you can see, hear, taste, touch, is it in your awareness?
Yes.
Is awareness in your body or the body is in awareness? Body is in awareness. Unthinkingly we say, when we are identified with the body, we say that awareness is something inside the body. But actually when I look at it, look at my experience. When I say look, where do I look? Look at your experience. Isn't it a truer way of describing your experience that your body and everything else that you experience is in your awareness? If you stand as awareness, then all the objects that you are aware of in the world outside, starting with this bottle of water, down to your own body, is in your awareness. Correct? The sensation of breathing. Are you aware of it? Is it in your awareness? Yes. Thoughts coming up in the mind, memories, perceptions, feelings, are they in your awareness? They're in your awareness. Thoughts are in your awareness. Even these Vedantic things which we are discussing here, are they in your awareness? Yes. Now suppose one might say that all that is fine, Swami, because I am just thinking about these things here and looking around. So this part is in my awareness, true. But there is a vast universe outside this. Marlborough is outside, New York is outside there, and so many things are there, oceans and planets and stars. They are all outside my awareness. It seems so. But the moment you thought about it, your thoughts about it, they are in your thoughts. And those thoughts are in your awareness. To understand it better, just imagine how we experience a dream. In the dream, you are there in the dream, walking around somewhere, maybe in a nice garden, and you can see many things there. And when you wake up from the dream, you realize that garden and the flowers and the birds and your own body which was walking around there, the whole thing was in, yes, that mind which was dreaming. Not only that, in your dream, is it true to say there was Asia, Europe, sun, moon? If it is there, that also when you wake up, it will be all contents of your dreaming mind. Similarly, here also, the vague feeling that there is something outside my awareness, Asia, Europe, Saturn and galaxies and tiny quarks and all of that. What you mean is I cannot see them. I cannot touch them, sense them, but I can think about them. To that extent they are in my awareness. To whatever extent I am experiencing something as known or unknown, this is known. And outside many things are there. I vaguely feel unknown. But as unknown also they are in my awareness. In fact, the entire universe is in your awareness. What by entire universe? I'm not playing a sleight of hand tricking you there. By entire universe, I mean what is your universe in your experience right now. And that's the only thing that matters. Your universe in your experience. If it's in your experience, it must be in your awareness. In your awareness. This is already a new way of thinking, because our usual way of thinking is it is out there and then I become aware of it. But it is out there, that is also a fact in my awareness only. This is in here, that is out there, it's all in my awareness. When you stand as awareness, I am this luminous, aware consciousness which I call myself. Then the body is in me. I am not in the body. Body is in me means body is in me, the awareness. Everything that is experienced is in I, the awareness. If it is experienced, it must be in awareness. How else is it experienced? The entire universe of experience is in I, the awareness. The universe is in awareness, has no separate existence apart from awareness. You say, no, Swami, the universe was there and then I experienced it. That's our common sense way of thinking. How will you say that? Two things are separate. Remember, this is the rule. Two things are separate when I can experience them separately. A classic example of a man, you see an old gentleman, nice friendly smile he's giving you, thinking, are they real teeth or dentures? Because whenever he's smiling, those are there. The only way of finding out is suddenly you pay a surprise visit to his house. Early morning or late in the night, and you find gentleman comes and opens the door and gives you a friendly, toothless smile. And then you realize, okay, they are dentures. I can experience them separately. Here is the gentleman and here are the dentures in a bowl of liquid or something, it's there. Two things separate. They seem to be together, but if you can experience them separately, you know they are independent entities. Now, I can show you this book and this jar of water. They are separate because I can here see the book independently, see the jar of water independently. They are separate entities. But if I cannot show them separately, what right do I have to conclude that they are separate entities? To give me an example, very interesting example. This table. When I say table, when I say wood, I am using two words. But I cannot show them separately to you. I cannot show them separately. This you have to see. And in only conceptually it's a table. And you understand what is wood. Wood, the table cannot be shown separately from wood. Though wood can be shown separately from the table. Earlier it was a log of wood. One day if this table is broken, it will become pieces of wood. But table cannot be shown separately from the wood. Therefore we say, we know why it cannot be shown separately. Because we know it's not a separate entity. Now I'll ask you this thunderbolt of a question. Not me, Advaita asks us. Can anything in this universe be experienced apart from consciousness? No. Because if you look at the question itself, experience includes the idea of consciousness. I'm using the words consciousness, awareness, luminosity indifferently, because the word is not important. I want to point to something that we all are experiencing right now. So all the objects of experience, whatever you have experienced in life, men, women, children, plants, animals, stars and planets, thoughts, ideas, desires, concepts, love, hate, understanding, not understanding, remembering, forgetting, body, all of these things you have experienced only in consciousness. True or not?
Yes.
Whatever you have experienced in life. One scientist who is in our Vedanta Society is 95 years old, our senior most member. He came to the Vedanta Society in 1955 by mistake. He was going down 72nd Street, then by mistake he came to, he tells the story how he came by mistake into 71st Street where our Vedanta Society is located, and he saw a class on Raja Yoga. He said, I am interested in yoga. So he walked in there, and he has been there since 1955 onwards. So he's a scientist, but a strong reductionist approach is there. So what he says is, no, Swami, the world exists. Is it true that this room exists only in your consciousness? Suppose I keep a video camera here and we walk out. Then we come back again and then we see the recording. When we were not there, no conscious being was there. Room was still there. Recording is the proof that the room was still there. I said, Bill, you are not getting it. I am not saying that. What I am saying is the room, the camera, the recording, all of it is in your consciousness only. Is it a fact or not? It is a fact. All your science, whether you believe, not believe, do your science, is it possible without you, a conscious being? Nothing. Even the so-called unconscious universe, stones and stars and planets, they are also presented to you in your consciousness only. Everything is a fact to you. Consciousness is a fact to you, unconsciousness is a fact to you, only in your consciousness. True or not? It's a simple fact which is continuously present to us. We ignore it. When you do this, when you stand as consciousness, not as body, then you will see body, mind, world are all in you, not apart from you, not provable apart from you. Universe is in you. You are not in the universe. True or not? Whatever you call the universe, items in the universe, people, things, events, they are like waves in the ocean that you are. What is the ocean? The ocean of consciousness. Not the body. You are the ocean of consciousness in which the body is a fact. It's a wave. Other bodies are there. Things are going on. They are all different waves. Entities are there, actions are there, events are there. They are all waves in the ocean of consciousness which you are. In me, the ocean of consciousness. The waves of the universe. What are the waves of the universe? All this. They arise in me. They are not apart from me. They are not apart from me. Just as the waves are not apart from the ocean. They arise in me. They play about in me. They subside back into me. That's what we read here. Very beautiful verse. Tvai ananta mahambodo. In you, not this body, in you the limitless ocean of consciousness. Where is the limit of your consciousness? Can you tell me? You say, no, Swami, it's limited. Up to this much I can see. After that I don't know. I'm not conscious of it. You are conscious of this as seen and you are conscious of the other one as unseen. Both are in your consciousness.
So there is no past, future.
Past and future are all in your consciousness. Yeah? Are experienced in your consciousness. Sense of time.
The limit is the mind. The mind limits.
Mind limits. But the mind itself is in consciousness.
Is limited.
The presence of the mind and absence of the mind are experienced where? In you the consciousness. Is it true or not? Just think about it.
Yes.
Isn't that the way it is defined?
Which one is defined?
Consciousness,
Huh?
that's the way it is defined, right?
Limitless.
I'm not only saying define, I'm asking you to look in your experience. See in your experience. Yes, such hai ya nahi?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I understand, but that is the way the consciousness is defined to begin with, and now we are trying to see whether whatever we define.
No, it is not. It is no. It is not that I define something. Now I'm saying that that is how it's defined. I'm saying forget the definition. I'm saying look at your experience. Look at your. Don't look at theory. Theory comes afterwards. अपना अनुभव को देखो. What Advaita Vedanta does is, the beauty of Advaita Vedanta is, it's not just a theory. It is a very accurate representation of the way things are. What Advaita is saying is, our perception and understanding is distorted. Advaita is setting it straight. Look how we see. Look at the simple fact. When I ask you, this bottle is outside your body or inside? You say, or outside you or inside you? Immediately we say, outside, outside, there. But that means I am taking the body to be myself. Then what did we do? Am I aware of the bottle? Yes. Am I aware of the body? Yes. In this awareness, body is also there, bottle is also there. With respect to the body, bottle is outside. With respect to the bottle, body is outside. But with respect to awareness, this is in my awareness, body is also in my awareness. This awareness of consciousness is what I am speaking about. This awareness is not a theory. Are you with me? Awareness is not a theory. ये यही है. You are it. Where is the limit of this awareness? Limit means कहाँ खत्म होता है? Where does it stop? The moment you say limit, what does it mean? Up to this is this awareness, beyond this is not the awareness. But the moment you say that, this way and that way, awareness is already included both of them. Skenopanishad. Ishopanishad. Tadhavato attiyeti. That means all the senses are running, but wherever they reach, awareness is already there. What it means is time, space, these are all experienced in awareness. The moment you shift, it's like a paradigm shift, a shift in your way of looking at things. Instead of looking at things as a body, instead of looking at things as a mind, look at things as awareness. Yes.
But all said and done, consciousness is nothing without the body and the mind, right? I mean, then.
Really?
No. I mean, then we don't see it. I mean, we don't know anything.
We don't know anything means?
By
For example,
Yeah.
when you stand as consciousness, when that means as consciousness, from the perspective of consciousness, isn't there a time every day when you lose awareness of this body?
Yes.
When you fall asleep?
Yeah,
But
the
you as consciousness, are you gone? No, you have dreams. In your consciousness, there are dream world comes up. And at some time you lose sight of the dream world also. And a blankness comes up which you call Sushupti. Consciousness continues. You cannot say consciousness is nothing without this body. Because in your dreams, where is this body?
I think what she was meant was
The mind.
after death.
Wait just a minute. I'm asking
Mind
about the
is-
dream. Huh.
mind, because of the mind we see the.
Right. Now you admit that you as a conscious existence, you continue without experiencing the body. That body is sleeping. Later on when you wake up, you realize it was sleeping on the bed. But you had no experience of it. You were experiencing a dream world created by the mind. So consciousness is experiencing a dream world created by the mind. So are you admitting that consciousness can continue without the body?
Yes, body and the mind, I'm saying.
Okay, and the mind. Now when the mind shuts down in deep sleep, and a blankness is experienced by consciousness. If you understand the concept of consciousness in deep sleep, you will get it.
But what happens once we die?
What happens once we die? What is we die? What happens at death? We read that yesterday. What is death? Whose death?
Body.
Now I am thinking, see, it's deeply within me, somehow consciousness is produced by the brain, gross reductionism. Consciousness is produced by the brain, body will die, brain will be destroyed, and I am gone, consciousness will not be there. Who says that? See, there is a huge trick here. Many of you are doctors. When we are dealing with each other, common sense, forget Advaita, common sense, when we are dealing with each other, what do you think we are dealing with? What do we feel? We are dealing with a person in a body. Is it not true?
Yeah.
Ye shaks hai. This is a person. I am dealing with a conscious, sentient entity in a body who is expressing itself through this body. That's what we feel. So when I say you, the person, you, I mean that conscious being in that body. Normally that's what when we mean. We don't mean the body itself only. But when the body dies, and it is true that medically speaking we only see the body dying. Doctors see the body dying. But look at the trick we play. We say the person is dead. Why do we say person is dead? Because we cannot interact with the person anymore. Is not available, does not talk, does not speak, does not shout. No action, no visible presence of that person. What guarantees me that that person is gone? What do you mean by that person? Just as you in that body, you feel your own internal existence. You have an internal life, do you not? Each of us, thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas, desires going on right now. Now in that body, I know such an internal life is there only by inference, because they are talking to me, behaving like me. So as I feel pain, I feel pleasure, that they are also there feeling pain and pleasure. I feel like that. But when that body is dead, I can only see the dead body. But how do I know that the person inside is dead? But we say, put it together and say it is gone. Why? Because we have this materialist, reductionist paradigm. Everything must be matter. This consciousness also must be matter. So when the material part of the body is destroyed, brain is destroyed, consciousness is also gone. That's how most scientists, many scientists, physiologists, they think like that. But I am asking you logically, where is the connection? Where is the proof? Clearly body is dead. But clearly is the conscious being inside the body dead? Where is the proof? If you could prove, we are again back to the hard problem of consciousness. Do you see? If you could prove that the brain generates consciousness, then when you destroy the brain, I will accept that the consciousness is also gone. But where is the link between brain and consciousness? Why use such fancy words? You take a cup of tea right now and you experience the taste of tea. What can a scientist show? At the most, neuroscientists with the latest fMRI techniques, they can show some sparking, some electrical activity in the neurons corresponding to your tasting the tea. But what you are tasting inside, the feeling of the warmth and the flavor of the tea, you are not experiencing electrical activity in the brains. You are experiencing taste and warmth and feeling and a kind of well-being. Where is this connected? This connection, this is the huge question of the hard problem of consciousness. Nothing very abstract. Every item of our life, your sensations, thoughts, feelings, what you call your internal life, that is completely beyond explanation. And you can call it a standing scandal that the most important fact of our life, our own life, till now we have not found any scientific basis for it. Right now there is only correlation. You report this and the scientist sees a little firing, subtle movement in your neurons.
Content can be found on the screen.
So this is what I am saying. What I am saying is, it is not that consciousness, when you say consciousness is dependent on body and mind, consciousness is dependent on body and mind to experience in certain ways. To hear, smell, taste, touch, you need eyes, ears and all of that. Right? Consciousness needs it. But consciousness is not dependent on the body and mind for its existence.
But do I exist as a person when I'm dead?
Again, language.
As an individual.
Do I exist as a person when the
As an
body is
individual-
dead?
As an individual. Or am I just part of
No,
it?
what I'm saying, change the language to, do I exist as a person when the body is dead?
Okay,
I am dead. It's like I am dead means I don't exist.
yeah.
Now you're asking, do I exist when I don't exist? Of course not. But can you not exist? That's the question. Body dies. Do I exist when the body is not existing? Vedanta says yes.
But do I know that?
You will know it if the mind functions. Yes, I am. Body is
Mind
gone,
doesn't
I am.
function, right?
Mind will function.
Subtle body.
The subtle body
Body is not
functions.
there?
Yes, it goes and functions. It gets other physical bodies also. It functions. Yeah. So then you will know
So,
at that point. Sukshma Sharira.
so here is a scenario. The body is dead, lying, and here is the Sukshma Sharira.
Hmm.
The mind is actually looking at the dead body. I think you are suggesting the possibility.
People get all the reports of near-death experiences, but why go so far? Why go so far? Let me give you a simple scenario, a dream scenario, where you experience, suppose body is dead. When you wake up, you are living in the dream and the body in the dream, both are facts of your experience because of the dreaming mind. I am saying in principle at least, one must admit that consciousness can be independent of the body. Why? If science had proved that consciousness is a product of the brain, I would have nothing more to say. I would return Ashtavakra to the library. But how interesting it is that with all modern techniques and research and experience, we know so much about the body. So much about the body. And we also have the capability to know more and more about the processes of the body. Every day new research papers are being published about different processes in the body. You're unable to make a single scratch on the problem of consciousness. Why? Some people can't even understand the problem. What is the problem? They say that just like liver or some enzymes are produced, biochemicals are produced in this body, consciousness is also a byproduct. How? Where? Show me the link. You Google it, you will see what a huge problem this is, the hard problem of consciousness. This, thousands of years ago, these people knew. Luckily, they are living at a time where even science has come up to this question, has even recognized this question. Yeah.
Will it ever be known with science what consciousness is? With the quantum physics, which is a lot of things which are not.
I ask you one thing. What do you mean science will know what consciousness is?
Science.
It's unconscious.
Consciousness, what it is, do you know it or not? We know it. All of us know it. You know nothing else except consciousness. This world of experience is consciousness alone. Not as a rhetorical point, not as a slogan. What are you, if you are experiencing anything at all, you are conscious, are you not? Or are you on zombies? Sometimes Vedanta can reduce you to zombies. Everything that we are experiencing, including doubt, including question. So Shankaracharya says, Yaeva asya nirakarta tasyeva atma sa. Whoever denies, doubts this atma, this consciousness, it is the very consciousness of that person. Otherwise, how can you doubt? Consciousness is the most known of all. See, what is the most ridiculous thing about the scientific endeavor is, in India we have this saying that naak ko aisa pakad sakte ho, you can try to hold like this. Consciousness is directly available to you, more not just in front of your nose, behind your nose. It is the most directly available thing to all of us. Do you agree with this much?
Yes.
The most directly available thing to all of us is consciousness. Your own awareness. For anything in life, your most nearest and dearest persons. Nearest and dearest where? In your awareness. If you are not aware of them, how can they be nearest and dearest? Your most hated person, most loved person, your best philosophy, theory, all in consciousness only. So consciousness is the most directly available thing of all. What science is saying, how will we understand consciousness, is, if you think about it, it's a ridiculous question. What they are saying is, they have made up their mind. Consciousness is produced by the brain. Why have they made up their mind? Because before that they have made up their mind, matter is the only reality of the universe. So what do we find here? What is material? Body is material, nervous system is material, brain is material. So this must be the only reality. And somehow consciousness has to be reduced to matter. It has to be reduced to matter somehow. I cannot do it, hence I give it the name hard problem of consciousness. But from an Advaitic perspective, there is no hard problem of consciousness, because it's directly available to you. If you look puzzled, you are thinking of something else. You are puzzled in consciousness only. You are conscious of puzzlement. Oh, I am not understanding this. That one which is not understanding, that's what we are talking about. Not only that, there was recently a paper called The Hard Problem of Matter. Galen Strawson, he is a philosopher, well-known philosopher in the University of Texas. He understood this thing. He said there is no hard problem of consciousness. Not because it can be explained, not because what scientists will immediately say, oh, you can explain through the brain. No. Consciousness is the most obvious thing of all. He says there is a hard problem of matter. What you call matter, time, space, matter, energy, that cannot be explained. The more and more we are trying through modern physics to explain it, the more mysterious it is becoming. Search for it, Strawson, hard problem of matter. I don't know if he knows Advaita, but his approach is, Advaitins would be very happy with it. Advaita has no problem with consciousness. You know what problem Advaita has? Universe, matter. If I am only consciousness, what is this universe? How can consciousness be something else? It's object. And so Maya is used to explain this thing. For Advaita, universe is the mystery. Consciousness is no mystery. For science, consciousness is the mystery. Universe is object. Here we are examining it. Which is correct? Advaita is correct. Why? Because everything, primary thing for you is consciousness. Already what scientists have done is, they have abstracted themselves from the problem and said, there is a universe, forgetting that the universe is presented in you, the conscious being first. The first fact of life is consciousness. Then only mind, then only life, then only this external universe. Isn't it a fact? That's the process by which you become aware of things. First you are aware of yourself, then your body, then the universe. True or not? No, true or not? We must proceed together. If you are not convinced, say so. But then I will ask you, why are you not convinced? Tell me. You will not be able to say anything. The only reason why you are not convinced is a kind of bull-headed holding on to idea that we are matter. But you are matter only in consciousness. You are aware of it. That's why you can talk about matter. So, here he is saying, once you make this shift, Advaita Vedanta wants you to shift. When you say I, what does it mean? See here, when I say book, when I say the word book, the book is a word. It refers to this object. Book, word, refers to this object. Glass, word, refers to this object. I, word, refers to what? If you say body, so sometimes we say I, the body. That's our common sense way of looking at the world. What Advaita wants you to do is to shift the reference of the I. Make the change in your understanding only. Make the change in your understanding. Clarify your understanding that I means awareness. Only after that you become aware of mind, thoughts, body and so on. Once you make this shift, then to say something like the universe is in you will not sound like a crazy statement. As a body, if you say universe is in me, that's crazy. I am here, universe is there. But as awareness, universe is in you, of course. What it simply means is I am aware of the universe. Universe are all objects in me the awareness, not in me the body. So that is what he is referring to. Tvai, yeah.
Sorry. If you say aware, the body is in awareness and universe is also in awareness.
Yes.
When you go to the body level, and according to your mind, now you are reducing that universe further, according to you. So the universe could be vast. You explain, there are very many unknowns. That's in your consciousness, but in the mind, it may not be there.
Yes.
So you have reduced the universe according to you. So if I think somebody exists, it's in my consciousness. Other person may not think that.
True.
Right? So that's
Right.
what I'm trying to say.
No, but is that
The point is that the universe is reduced between your mind and
reduced from what?
from its existence in terms of our time, space, dimensions.
Time, space, dimensions, are they not in your consciousness also?
Yes, no, I agree. 100% everything is in consciousness.
Yeah.
But when we bring the subject of body, naturally body has a mind,
Yeah.
Sukha Sarira, right? So we take the whole universe, which may be knowns, unknowns, collectively it's very big, right?
Yeah.
Brahma,
Mm.
Ishvara. However, I reduced it in my mind when I think
Right.
about it from perspective of
Right, but we are not
Yeah.
talking about the mind here, number one, we are talking about the consciousness
I
here,
agree.
in which mind also appears, right? So, there is no reduction. In fact, the universe is presented in whatever way, the vastest possible way you understand the universe, you understand it. That's what Advaita Vedanta is saying. You would say, no, but it is my understanding. He or she may understand a different way, but he or she also exists in your understanding.
But you told us yesterday that what I'm thinking now that it's the two sides of the same coin. One is the material matter or material and one is the consciousness. Because yesterday we learned that electricity cannot manifest unless there is a bulb. So you need a matter for that consciousness to manifest. Right?
Yes.
So in my mind, even if it exists, it cannot manifest. So isn't that similar to saying two sides of a coin where
True.
they cannot exist without
Yes.
each other?
Now, there are two paradigms. One is, remember in the electricity and bulb example, bulb is something different and electricity is something different. Okay? Two separate entities. Now, if you say consciousness is something different and matter is something different and they interact, consciousness illumines matter, matter manifests consciousness. This is what I had said. That is what philosophy? Sankhya philosophy. Two separate realities, each depending on the other. Interaction is going on and that produces experience, anubhava. That is Sankhya philosophy. Purusha and Prakriti are two realities. They are real. They can exist independently of each other. Together they produce our experience, anubhava, matter and consciousness, like electricity and bulb. But you take one step further. When you come to Advaita, they are not two separate realities. In electricity and bulb, they are two separate realities. But in Advaita, the bulb or the matter, space, time, energy, they are not separate from consciousness. Consciousness, because of the power of Maya, appears as matter, illumines that matter, and that matter manifests consciousness. The matter is not a separate reality apart from consciousness.
That is how they are defining it. That it is
Not they, you. You are an Advaitin. That is how you say we are defining it.
Whatever who has realized that person defined it that way, and I'm trying to understand.
Correct.
That's the way I'm trying to say.
Correct.
When I say they defined it.
Correct.
So that's where sometimes I feel it's all the definition, because the way in Sankhya people defined it as two separate realities.
No, but why are you saying?
Authorities define them as single reality.
Yeah, I am
and
asking
they're
you,
together.
because if you keep saying definition, at the end of it you will all say, yeah, ये सब उनका definition है, उससे reality का कोई वास्ता नहीं है. But what I am saying is, instead of using the word definition, I urge you to look at your own experience. अपने अनुभव में देखिए, अभी देखिए, not Sankhya ये बोला है, Advaita ये बोला है. Yesterday Swami said this, and then try to combine. Look at your own experience. How does it feel right now? If you say, I am aware of the body, is it a definition or an experience?
Experience.
I want confirmation from
Yeah,
you.
I'm just saying, it's because that is how I'm trained, that this is my experience.
Alright, if you are not trained, will you not be aware of the body?
I don't know,
Or you won't be aware of the body?
because if that's the way I'm trained in this body-mind complex, that any experience, that is the way my samskars have been done, or I'm trained that way.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying.
Alright, very good. Let us grant that. You have been trained. Well, ठीक है. You have been trained that way. But look at your experience right now. Just follow me. Look at your experience right now. That, are you aware of the body? Answer me yes or no.
Yeah.
You are aware of the body? एक sensation है that this is the body. Are you aware? Alright. So you are aware of the body. Is it fair to say I am awareness and here is a body which I am experiencing? Now, question arises. I, the awareness, and this thing, the body, what is the relation between the two? Your immediate feeling will be, हम बता रहे हैं, your immediate feeling will be, these seem to be two different things. Like I am aware, bottle hai. These seem to be two different things. I am the awareness, bottle hai. I am the awareness, body hai. This body is there. If you feel like that, from there Sankhya will be very much understandable. Sankhya will seem to say, yeah, that's right. The whole universe is now clearly you, the awareness, and the universe you are aware of. In fact, right now, David Chalmers, who proposed this hard problem of consciousness, he has come to something called panpsychism. He says consciousness and universe are two realities. Consciousness is a fundamental reality in this universe, which no scientist accepts, but is proposing this. He does not know 5,000 years ago Sankhya, basically Kapila was saying the same thing. There is consciousness and there is universe, this matter, energy, time, space. If you stop here, this is Sankhya, like electricity and bulb, and they have mutual benefit. Consciousness illumines the body-mind, and body-mind expresses or manifests the consciousness. But go further. How can you be sure that they are two independent realities? Advaitin will ask this question. You said there are two things. Sankhya will say, I feel it. I am awareness, here is the body, two things. Advaitin will ask, you feel it. You are aware of it. So the body is in your awareness, is it not so? Two things are separate and you must show them separately. Book separate, mobile separate. Show them separately. Show the body and the consciousness separately. You cannot. Why cannot you show that separately? Because to show or experience something, consciousness is needed. You can never experience anything outside consciousness. So the material universe cannot be shown apart from consciousness. Then is it not true that whenever we experience body, mind, world, we experience it in consciousness only? Then why say it is separate from consciousness? It is in consciousness. Now it is in consciousness, in what sense? We are all in this room. Is it like this? That consciousness is like a room and there are separate entities which have entered into the room? Or is it in, are you following me? Is the universe in consciousness like water is in the bottle, like that? Consciousness is like a bottle and the universe is in it, like that? Or is the universe in consciousness like the table is in wood? Like the ocean, the waves are in the water. Which means the waves are not apart from the water. They seem to be different entities. Name, form, all these are appearing and disappearing. But why should names and forms appear and disappear in consciousness? Advaita says that is the unique power of consciousness called Maya. This is the answer. This is what they are trying to say. In you, the ocean of consciousness, Vishwavichi, the waves of the universe, are arising. Why are they arising? Swabhavata, By their own nature, they are arising. Let them arise, let them subside. You neither gain anything nor lose anything thereby. Does the ocean increase if the waves are there? No. If the waves become calm, has the ocean decreased? No. If birth comes, you, the consciousness, are not increased thereby. It's one more event which you are experiencing in you, not apart from you. If death comes, have you lost something? No, you, the consciousness, are experiencing one more event in yourself. Gain and loss, all the big things in life, from the consciousness perspective, these are further events. No vriddhi, you are not increased thereby. Na hani, you are not decreased thereby. The so-called ups and downs of samsara, which matter a lot if you think that you are a body. It matters a lot. Old age problem if you are a body. Old age is an experience if you are consciousness. Consciousness never becomes old. Purana, purapi nava. Though ancient, always new. Consciousness never ages. Body ages. If I am the body, then I can be unhappy. Oh, body is becoming wrinkled and old. No, I am consciousness. In me, the body is appearing to be old now. Death is not a problem. So, nate vriddhi navakshati. In another chapter of Ashtavakra, 3 verses are there, very beautiful, worth meditating upon. It's like this. Mai ananta maham bodho Vishwapota itastata Brahmati swantavatena Namamasti asahishnuta. So by Ananta Mahambodho, in me the infinite ocean of consciousness, Vishwapota, the universe is like a boat which is moving here and there in me. I am an infinite ocean of awareness. This universe, which means what? The whole thing, including this body. In me, the ocean of consciousness, this universe is like a little boat. We think we are a tiny part of a huge universe. Why do we think that? Because we locate it in the body. We think I am this one. But if you locate yourself in consciousness, I am aware of this whole thing. This whole thing is in me. And he reduces it further. He says it's like a little boat in you, the limitless consciousness. And it moves here and there. Brahmati itastata means life and birth and death, sorrow and joy, gain and loss, honor and dishonor, health and sickness. All these things keep coming and going in life. That's the boat moving up and down. Now, what is your attitude? What is the attitude of the ocean to the boat? Na mamasti asahishnuta. I am not impatient with the boat. It's a tiny thing. Let the boat play about. Let the boat of your life play about. You are the ocean of consciousness. Be at peace. This is only stage 1. Wait, I'll finish all 3 stages. Hold on to your question, don't forget. Each stage is deeper. Second stage is what we read now. Shashtavakra will repeat it. Here it is said, in you the ocean of consciousness. There he says, in me the ocean of consciousness. Second stage. Remember, boat is still different from the ocean. Boat is an entity different from the ocean. Second stage, deeper understanding. Mai ananta maham bodho vishwa bichi swabhavata udetu vastamayatu name vriddhi navakshati. This one. Not a boat. In me, the infinite ocean of awareness, the universe rises like a wave. Wave is not different from the ocean.
Yes.
In me alone, I alone rise up as this universe. And I alone subside back into myself. Myself means not body, into awareness. Then, name vriddhi navakshati. I gain nothing nor lose anything by it. Birth and death, honor and dishonor, health and sickness, they are all like waves arising in me and subsiding back into me. So this whole universe is not separate from me. I am this universe. Or rather, I am the ocean of consciousness in which the universe is an appearance and a disappearance also. But even this is not all. Further, deeper. Third one. You can think it cannot go any deeper. It goes one step further. Mai ananta maham bodho Vishwam nama vikalpana Ati shanto nirakara Etadevahamastita. Imagine that you are a vast ocean of a calm ocean, waveless ocean of awareness. No movement. Then what is this world, this mad world of activities and all? Vishwam nama vikalpana. It's an imagination, a fancy, a movie which is playing. Not real ocean with waves, not waves. Ocean is absolutely still. Then what am I? Ati Shanta. It means beyond the possibility of any change at all. And Nirakara, formless. I am formless. And this is how I exist from eternity to eternity. Eta Devaham Astita. Eternity to eternity is a poetic way of putting it, actually beyond time. So 3 levels. Level 1, I am an ocean of consciousness. What is the universe? Like a thing, like a boat in me. Doing many things, funny things, I am not worried. Naughty things, I am not worried. Next level, it's not a boat, it is I alone. I am appearing in these ways. Alright. No gain, no loss. Next level, last level, I am not even appearing as these things. It's like a dream, a fancy, a movie. It does not affect me at all. As consciousness, I remain absolutely unaffected by it. Forever.
As an ocean, the ocean has a power over the boat, but I don't have any power over the boat.
Over the boat. Yeah, so that's why if you look at the first example, the boat is different. So the boat floats on the ocean, but the boat is doing its own thing, this way and that way. It's doing many things which the ocean cannot control. That's why the ocean's attitude is na mamasti asahishnata. I am not asaishnu, impatient with it. Because from one perspective, the world seems to be going in its own way. My only connection with it is in my awareness. If you take the stand of awareness, you are safe from the jumping about of the world. Your attitude now could be, I am not impatient with it. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. If you go further, the wave and the ocean, then you can say the wave is a part of the ocean. Ocean is totally in charge of the wave. But I am not in charge of this universe. But you are. Think about it. In what sense is the ocean in charge, or the water is in charge of the wave, or ocean is in charge of the wave? Because without the ocean, no wave will be there. Okay? Without you, the consciousness, no universe is there. Without you, you lend existence to the universe, you lend awareness to the universe. You lend value to the universe also. You as Satchidananda, the universe borrows being or existence from you because you are Sat, existence itself. The universe borrows awareness from you. The universe borrows awareness where? In the mind, in the senses. Because you are Chit, consciousness itself. And the universe borrows value from you. This is nice, this is worth having. How does that come about? Because you are Ananda Swarupa. Universe is borrowing that from you. So in that sense, I will say the wood, if I say the wood is totally in charge of the table. How? Because everything that the table is entirely depends on the wood. All the functions of the table, I can keep mobile on it, water on it, UFO on it. So that is the table's function. No, the table cannot do it without the wood. The wood gives existence to every bit of the table. All the vyavahara, transactions of the table entirely depend on the wood, true or not? Now, next, 12th.
Sorry.
Yes.
You said that the universe will keep going on its own. Let
Yeah.
it go. Then when we tell youngsters, just go ahead and do good, it is only for their own benefit,
Yes.
not for...
True. Not only that, I am not telling this to youngsters. I am telling this not for youngster, oldster. This is for spiritual seekers. If a youngster comes to me, I have to go to Ivy League college and I want to become a stockbroker on Wall Street, go ahead. Absolutely. I will not tell him it's an infinite ocean in which there is only a dream. No. Gita, Sri Krishna clearly says, Na buddhi bhedam janayet. Do not confuse the worldly people. Joshayet sarva karmani. Encourage them in every action. Just make it sure that it's a dharmic action. And if they at all ask you, stick to morality, stick to ethics, and be intelligent. Look into the action that you are doing and the result of that action and ask yourself, so did it satisfy me? Did it fulfill me? At the end of all this, am I done? Am I fulfilled? I am perfectly at peace? No. In that case, what else is there in life? What is higher? But encourage. Never say, oh, it is all Maya. You want to get a physics PhD, what is the use? It's all Maya. You will ruin the person.
Right.
What will happen is, worldly person wants something to achieve in the world. Encourage that. Only by exploring the world, being as the body and mind and exploring the world, examining the world, what you can get in the world, one comes to an understanding of what the world is and then looks for something higher. If the person is not looking for something higher and you pull the rug out from under that person's feet, because if you tell this strongly enough, everybody will sense the power and the truth in this, because it is true what it says. That's why Ashtavakra is dangerous. Adhikar is necessary. If you pull the rug out from under their feet, you will ruin their life. Why you will ruin their life? From Rajoguna, you can proceed to Sattvaguna. But if the Rajas is not satisfied and you force the person to go to Sattvaguna, he will not go to Sattvaguna, he will go back to Tamoguna. Inertia, laziness, meaningless, hopeless. I have desire, you are not allowing me to fulfill the desire. Then I will sink into frustration, I will not become Jivan Mukta. That's why in Hinduism, Dharma Artha Kama Moksha. You want pleasure, you want success in the world, pursue it within the limits of Dharma. Then when you see the limits of this, then you seek something higher, moksha. The 4 stages of life, brahmacharya, garastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, they are all designed in such a way to help a person's evolution. Now, again, not for every person. Somebody wants to go straight there. Help them. Somebody wants to enjoy the world. Help them, but make sure within ethics. Why within ethics? Outside ethics, with outside dharma, only suffering will be there. Spiritual evolution is retarded. Spiritual evolution is retarded. Swami Vivekananda says, never curse. If you can lend a helping hand, then lend. If you cannot, from distance do namaskar and say God speed to you. But never try to pull back anybody.
So that's true for us also.
Yes. That's why, a very important question. True for us also. She asked, is it true for us also? Yes. We are all at different stage in our spiritual evolution. So read Ashtavakra, enjoy Ashtavakra, but always be honest. I must know where I am. There's an English word, I know where the shoe pinches. What is my problem, I know within. I need not reveal to others, but I should honestly acknowledge it and start working from there. Is my problem self-control? Is my problem restless mind? Is my problem selfishness? Is my problem anger and jealousy? Those things have to be ironed out long before you come to. Yeah. Yes.
I'd like to understand the concept of saying that the knowledge about this bottle
Yes.
is in my consciousness
Yes.
versus the bottle is in my consciousness.
Yes. Now the question is, epistemologically clearly I see this bottle and this knowledge comes to me. The whole approach is, here is a physical world. Alright? There are physical entities. Body is there, bottle is there. Light is reflected from the bottle, another material entity, light, reflected from the bottle comes to my eyes, and then bottle has not come to my eyes, light has come to my eyes. Stop me at any point you have a problem. Then that light is converted into an image in my retina or somewhere. That light also is gone now. It is now converted into little subtle electrical impulses through my optical nerves back to some brain center somewhere. There somehow, A mental image of this thing is created. At that point, even science has to say somehow. We have no idea. Science stops at neuronal activity. Nothing further. Not one step further. Not technically impossible. In principle, science cannot go any further because science stops at matter. But when you say, I am experiencing this in my mind, there Vedanta will take over, that it's a vritti in your mind, bottle akara vritti in the mind, consciousness illumines that, and you have the experience of seeing a bottle. Note that even science has to agree, this bottle that you are seeing, no matter what it is outside, what you are experiencing now is entirely in the brain. According to science, not Advaita Vedanta, the whole experience is in the brain. Only science will say it is there outside, but our brain is mapping it through the sensory inputs. So this is the whole paradigm, right? Here you are rightfully you are saying, correct, what you are saying is absolutely correct. Knowledge is inside my brain, but that does not mean that the universe is inside my brain. So that is a physical way of looking at things. Okay. There are also little corollary is that it is not a sufficient complete model, because how the brain produces a mind and consciousness, we have no idea today. That only we can say somehow it has to be reduced to neuronal activity, but that's finished.
So there is an association of previous knowledge of bottle.
Yeah, no, in the brain that is recollected, then I construct it and I say it is a bottle outside. But you're right. What is the mainstream view? The materialist reductionist view, that there is a bottle outside. Yes, even the grossest materialist will have to admit what you are experiencing is in your brain. The whole world, it may seem like science fiction, but it's common knowledge in science, in physiology also. Whatever you experience, the facts of your experience are inside you, in the brain. Only that it is reporting, hopefully accurately, a world outside, which is forever unknown to us. We have no direct access to the world, except through the senses and its interpretation in the brain. Scientific mainstream thinking? Yep. Okay. But Advaita paradigm is different. In scientific mainstream thinking, you will stop at this. Knowledge is inside, but the entity is outside. It is not inside me. What you said. But now Advaita paradigm, to understand this, consider this whole thing could be taking place in a dream, where you would say, I am here, there is a bottle outside me, I am experiencing the bottle in my mind, in the brain, and the bottle is however outside me. When I wake up, I realize bottle, body, brain, all of it was in the dreamer's mind. Such a dream experiment, can you think about it mentally? Is it possible? It can happen. It is possible. The dream gives us a clue how what seems to be a solid material world can actually be a figment of the mind. Right? Even in our waking state, if the mind alone is projecting all this mentally, no doubt it is being reported by an external world. That means the mind has the capacity to create this thing. This thing what you are seeing right now. It is there outside or not secondary, but this much you must admit, your mind has created this right now. Even every scientist has to admit this, with the help of inputs from the world. The dream experience shows whatever we experience ultimately is coming from the dreamer's mind. Every bit of it was mind, not an external bottle. The dream experience shows that. Now Advaita says, extend that to the waking state. Dreamer's mind and the whole dream universe, including time, space, matter, energy, was nothing but the dreamer's mind. In the dream paradigm, in the place of dreamer's mind, put consciousness. In the place of the dream world, put this waking world. Note that as nothing in the dream world was outside the dreamer's mind, note that everything that you experience is in consciousness. You're saying, no, the knowledge is in consciousness. The item is outside. But I am saying the knowledge and the fact that you think there is an item outside, both are experienced in consciousness. If you stick to the fact that consciousness is just an emanation from a physical brain here, we often read Advaita long and we think we have understood it. When we seriously try to understand it, we get a big shock.
Yes.
Generally reading, understanding the shlokas, memorizing, we say, okay, we have got a theory. It remains a theory. But when you really try to say that, oh, this is what we are experiencing right now, they are claiming that I am actually experiencing this right now. then we get a shock. So, no, because we have very strong, deep-rooted conviction that I am the body. Body is real. Tell me, which is more real, consciousness or body? A materialist will say body. Consciousness is epiphenomenon, product. Advaitin will say, what are you saying? Your whole body is experienced you are experiencing the body. Are you a body experiencing consciousness or consciousness experiencing a body? See, Advaita is forcing you to change your paradigm. It will not harm your science or medicine. You can again go back to the old paradigm and use it. You can always put on the chappal after you leave the house. But try to at least give a little bit of mentally, like a mental game. Try to see what it will be like if you look at it from the Advaita perspective. And you will begin to see they are actually giving a more accurate representation of the truth. That's the way we perceive things. In my awareness, I see a body. In my awareness, I experience a world. A change. Is it making sense what I'm trying to say?
Really we are saying it is the Maya because of which what we see things as physical objects which
Yes.
actually don't exist.
They don't exist ultimately with the perspective of consciousness. See, if you see in a dream, the object seen in a dream, do they exist or not? Chair, table, person. You say with regard to the dream body, they exist. They are of the same status of reality. But with regard to the dreamer, they don't exist separately. They are all figments of the mind of the dreamer. Yes.
The kind of description we give that it is in my consciousness, the physical, creates more confusion. If you say it is in my knowledge, I can understand it more easily.
Yes.
Saying that physical objects are in my consciousness.
But I have to say,
there is a conflict that becomes inherent.
true. But if I say it is in my knowledge, then what will happen is, I'm not saying anything more than anybody knows in common sense. Of course the world is in my knowledge. But what is implicit is there, world is in my knowledge, but there is a world apart from my knowledge out there. Whether I know it or not, it is there. That's what that's what a common sense claim would be. Advaita challenges that.
But we are not even saying that if there is a world or not. We are making no comment about that. We are saying in my knowledge, this is what it is.
Correct. In my knowledge. Now suppose you ask the question. A scientist will say, will ask what the same question which you asked. Alright, in your knowledge you are experiencing this world. But apart from your knowledge, how did you get that knowledge? Because the world is outside, therefore it has come into your knowledge. Then you are back to the common material point of view. You are a material being. There is a material universe. Somehow this material being called you has got knowledge about this material universe. That is the common sense material world. We are back to samsara again. What Advaita is saying is that not only do you know this thing in your consciousness, it is in your consciousness. There is no existence apart from your consciousness. That's what you are forced. See, if Advaita was simply a repetition of our common sense, I had no need for class. Every baby knows it. Yes.
But in that case, the husband will not see the bottle and phone before. They will see everything the same because they don't differentiate. Because as we discussed in that ocean, the three levels, you go deeper thinking. One is ship is separate than me. Then the second one, the wave is the ship. The third, there is no wave at all.
Correct.
So in that case, Advaiti, I'm still not reached to that level of thinking yet. So I see the two things separately. So that's why I see bottle as a bottle, phone as a phone. But in Advaiti's mind, when there is nothing anyway separate, there is no bottle, there is no phone.
Yes.
So then we are comparing now for explaining to me, for my understanding, a different level of thought process compared to their level of thought process, whosoever has achieved that level. And then whatever questions I'm asking here are not applicable there. But whatever they are saying are not applicable to me.
No. Forget that. I'm asking you to see it in that way. Now what you're saying is, if you have realized Advaita, then everything will disappear. This bottle will not be there, chair will not be there, people will not be there. What will the Advaitins see then?
They are pure consciousness, that's it.
So they will see pure consciousness?
I mean, that's the way I'm understanding understanding.
Okay, that's why you're understanding. No, it is not so. Not so. Forget your conception of what the Advaitin will think. Use some example which you are familiar with. When you see this table, do you see the wood or not? Look at the table. Are you seeing table or wood? Both. Are they two realities?
In my mind, yes. If I start seeing it purely as a wood, then it's a different reality.
Yeah.
If I see it as a table, then it's a different reality.
Yeah. But are they two countable realities? Can you count? Table 1, wood 2?
No.
Well, just see, experience. Can you count? No. It is the same reality called wood with a particular name, table, form and function which you are calling table. Is it not so? So, knowing it as wood does not prevent you from seeing the table also. Does it prevent you? Now I know it is wood. Oh, it is wood. I cannot keep the mobile glass. I cannot use it as a table. Is it true? After knowing it to be wood, can you still use it as a table?
I can, but what confusion I'm having in my mind is I'm comparing this, which is at a different reality, compared to that there is no.
Don't get into it.
at all.
Just stay with
That
me.
is the final step, because stage.
Not final step, just stay with me. Just stay with me. I'm going to try to make a point. Just as knowing this as wood does not prevent you from calling it a table. Will you say that now I have realized it is wood? I will deny that it is a table. I am a wood enlightened person. No. Knowing it as wood, you can happily call it table. Can you use it as a table? Certainly. You say, no, I know it's wood. Now I can never use it as a table anymore. No. It is a table, you can use it as a table. Nama, Rupa, Vyavahara, name, form and use will continue. Even for Advaitin. So after realizing everything is Brahman, will the Advaitin be able to eat, walk, talk, discuss with people, teach Advaita, go in a car? Is it possible or not? Yes. Only thing is, the Advaitin knows that there is an underlying reality which is very clear to the Advaitin, which is not clear to the unenlightened person. We think it is eating, talking, walking, but the Advaitin can honestly say, Brahmarpanam Brahmavi, Brahmagno Brahmana Utam, Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. One who sees Brahman in every action, which means the Advaiti can perform every action. He will not become paralyzed. I have realized everything is Brahman, now what to eat, what to do? No. If you have got eyes, you will see. Follow this. If you have got eyes, you will see, whether you are Advaitin or not. What will you see? You will see the world. If you have ears, you will hear. You will hear sound. But the Advaitin knows what the form and the sound and the taste, all of this, nothing but Satchidananda. This is very clear to the Advaitin. So that is what is meant. Let us proceed a little more.
Swamiji, can I ask a question? I'm
Yes.
sorry. I just was wondering, in the dream state, when you say the dream, it's really quite appealing that, but in the dream state you borrow everything from your waking world
Yes.
and you create the dream. How does it, what do you borrow? What does consciousness?
So these are the interesting questions. So that's why it requires a long and systematic study. Long questions, many questions are like this are raised and answered. Vachaspati Mishra in Bhamati discusses this question. So where does dream, we get the impressions from waking state and we construct a dream. Where does all of this come from? It's easy to say Maya, but where does Maya, it's a very systematic presentation. It's not a chaos or a random. So we say Purva Janma Samskara. We are repeating this life after life. So it is carried over from past life, conditioning, and we see the world in this way. You will say, when this Purva Janma, where did you get those impressions from? From the Janma before that. Then next question will be, where did it start? See, it's all in our mind. Where did it start? And then the Advaitin will say, Anadi, beginningless. He will say that, no, this is, you are avoiding the question by saying beginningless. There must be a beginning. Why? In our mind, cause and effect is very strong. There is a beginning and there is an end. Then the answer is, actually this is the very nature of Maya. If a tiger is chasing me in my dream, and I ask, no, where did this tiger come from? Alright, it is Maya, wake up. No, it's not Maya. Can't you see, tiger is coming. It's so scary. Where did it come from? Then we say, okay, It came from mother tiger, father tiger. No, where did the mother tiger, father tiger? They came from grandfather tiger and grandmother tiger. No, where did the first tiger come from? Oh, it is beginningless chain. It cannot be. This is ridiculous. It's Maya, I told you. Wake up from it. See, this is an important point. I just want to share this. We are mixing up two things here. One is, two approaches to Advaita. One is the traditional approach to Advaita, where all these questions which you are asking, they are all dealt with. They cannot be dealt with so fast. I can answer you one after another, but they won't make sense. You have to stay with it, each question. It takes long study. The different bhashyas in the Upanishads, once in a while they raise these questions and discuss it. That's one approach. There is a direct approach, which is what Ashtavakra is doing. Ashtavakra is saying, you know what Ashtavakra's reply to these questions will be? Where did all this come from? Ashtavakra is saying, don't bother. Look at your experience just now. Even the idea it came from somewhere, all of this is in your consciousness only. Ashtavakra will pull it back to your experience just now, not definitions. Ashtavakra will say, don't bother about definitions. Look right now. What is there? No, this is, I must understand that. Okay, back to school. You will get many questions, many answers, nothing else. But after all of that, you have to come back to this only. There is a direct way where what Ashtavakra says, and the direct way says, Ashtavakra is saying that if you look at your experience, the key to this Advaita, mystery of everything is there in your experience right now. Many of the questions are coming because of our conditioning. If you say past life, a Christian or a Muslim might say there are no past lives. Ashtavakra will say past life, future life, forget it, take a look right now what is there. You will see there is only consciousness which was never born. I was telling the example, one monk was discussing Punarjanma. In Indian religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, all of us we agree that there are many lives. Law of karma and rebirth, Punarjanma, many lives are there. In the Abrahamic religion they say only one life. You are not there, you are created, you will die but you will continue to exist. So you have no previous existence but you have infinite future existence. In hell or heaven, wherever. Which is correct. So one of our monks was discussing this argument for Punarjanma, argument against reincarnation, so on. So the monks in our ashram, they got bored of it. So he took out his arguments and went to the next ashram nearby, where a great non-dualist Advaitin was there in that ashram. So this monk, our monk, he went and he told me the whole story. He went and asked this non-dualist master, Mahatma ji, Punarjanma, there are ye tark hai iske paksh mein. These are the arguments in the favor of Punarjanma, these are arguments against Punarjanma. And this monk said to our Swami, he said, Are Mahatma ji, jab janm hi nahi to Punarjanma kahe ka? Aap Mandukya padhiye. Oh Mahatma ji, when there is no birth, where is the question of rebirth? From your consciousness point of view, consciousness was never born. Where is the question of being born again? So, there is this direct approach to realization. This is what Ashtavakra is pushing. Okay.
Swami, I just want to make one observation.
Yeah.
In all these satsangs I see,
Yeah.
we are fixated in our Vyavaharic reality.
Yes.
And we are questioning the spiritual reality,
Yes.
Paramarthik.
Yes.
You have to make the shift.
Yes.
However, a leap,
Yes,
giant leap.
Yes.
it is.
Certainly.
And it's a two different wavelengths.
Yeah.
I've seen many questions, answers.
Yes.
To understand spiritual, Paramarthik reality, you have to come at least close to.
Yes.
And
In a traditional Advaita class with questions and answers and arguments, so it's a level of mananam where you question and argue and will try to convince you.
Yes.
Ashtavakra tries to short circuit the whole thing. He wants you to jump straight to the Paramarthik.
Paramarthik.
From the Paramarthik level, again and again he will ask you. You are talking about a dream. You are talking about a movie. I am talking about the waking. I am talking about the screen. So this is what is happening. Let's go to the 12th verse. It's connected to the 11th verse. What is the status of the universe? it is not anything apart from you. Apart from you, the consciousness. 12th. Tata chinmatra ruposi, Tata chinmatra ruposi, Nate bhinnam idam jagat, Nate bhinnam idam jagat, Ata kasya katham kutra, Ata kasya katham kutra, Heyopadeya kalpana, Heyopadeya kalpana. My child, you are consciousness itself. You are consciousness itself. This universe is not apart from you. Na te bhinnam idam jagat. Just like the dream world is not apart from the dreamer. This universe which you are experiencing in the waking state is not apart from you, the consciousness. This is a tremendous statement. Can we try to make this shift? Many people postpone it. That, yes, when I get Brahma Jnana, then I will see this. But Ashtavakra is saying it is true right now. Please try to see it now. How will I see it? See yourself as consciousness first. Then from that perspective you see this world is inside you, not outside you. Ata kasya katham kutra he upadaya kalpana. He upadaya. These things are desirable, I must have them. Those things are undesirable, I must get rid of them. Especially samsara and moksha. I must get rid of samsara. I must get hold of something nice called moksha. World will disappear, only pure consciousness will appear. No. This exactly same thing will continue. But you realize that there is no problem at all. If the dream continues and you know it's a dream, where is the problem? What objection do you have to a dream, even good dream, bad dream, whatever it is? If you know it is a movie, even the worst of things, disaster, genocide, whatnot, in the movie, it is praiseworthy as art. You will clap. Horrible movie also. The horror movie. You will clap. Wonderful, wonderful. Give Oscar. If it is real, even tiny fraction of that you will be horrified by it. But if it's in a movie, the very fact, Satya and Mithya, makes a huge difference. Then it becomes your aesthetic enjoyment. It is all part of you. It's all part of you. Where is the question of enmity?
But
Where is,
while we are watching it, we still feel those emotions, right?
why we are?
While we are watching the movie,
Yeah.
we still feel the same emotions. That
Yes, that's the interesting thing. In a movie also you cry. The movie also you laugh. But it's within your consent. You are not trapped in it. If you are trapped in it, then it's horrible. But you are apart from it. You are in the audience. Your crying is also enjoyment. Your laughing is also enjoyment. Comedy is also joyful. Tragedy is also joyful. In movie. Because it's a great experience. Why will you otherwise go second show, third show for tragedy and cry again? And again next you cry. Again next you cry. It is joy to you. From the Atma Jnani's point of view, he identifies, he or she identifies with the entire universe. And your sorrow becomes his sorrow. He is not affected by it or destroyed by it. If I am affected by it, he can actually lend a helping hand. He can always try to pull me. They are full of compassion for us. Because first of all, they feel we are one with them. And next, they also feel, why are these poor people suffering unnecessarily? Let me show them a way out. They are my own. I alone am in all these forms. They feel that. Nate bhinnam idam jagat. What you feel a tiny bit towards your children, for example, closest relationship. Now imagine you feel that for everybody in the world. Everybody in the world is your son or daughter. Suppose. That's what God feels towards us. Ishvara feels towards us. Truly the well-wisher of everybody. Because even closer than son or daughter, they are you. Atma upannena sarvatra. Who sees everybody as Atma. Atma means self. As I take care of this one, I feel I am in all beings. I take care of everything. So service also. People will think that everything is like a dream. Why should I care about anything? Again you are thinking like one body. That person who says I will not care about anything, then should not care about this one person's body also, this one also. If I am strongly caring about this and say because Advaita says all is false, only this body has to be maintained nicely, everything else can go to hell, that's not Advaita. That's grossest materialism. That misunderstanding of Advaita. One of our teachers in our monastery used to say, when we were novices, he says, bhakti is to be applied to the Lord, Ishvara, and jnana to oneself. Yeah? Who am I? What am I? And to the Lord, Bhagavan, bhakti. And he says to say, you fools, you apply jnana to Ishvara. I have read Advaita, no Bhagavan. Bhagavan Vyavaharika, all that I know. And you apply bhakti to yourself. My food, my rest, my recreation, my health, everything is important here. This is grossest materialism. This is not spirituality. Always apply jnana to yourself first. Who am I? Not body, not mind, witness consciousness. Bhagavan, bhakti. Best way to understand this is to look at the lives of the people you consider enlightened. What did they do? That will clarify our confusions.
Do these enlightened people come back again? Or
Generally not. Because Advaita is a very simple open and shut system. Once you are enlightened, Jivan Mukta, you are not limited to this body anymore. You do not require this individual existence anymore. As long as your prarabdha karma is there, this body will continue for some time. It will die. Then it's called Videha Mukti, you are free. But Videha Mukti only means you realized you are Brahman, you continue to be Brahman. You are never again trapped in one particular body anymore.
But then you are not an individual anymore.
You are not an individual anymore. In Swami Vivekananda, he used to be asked the same question by Americans after one or two lectures. But what about as individual we want to become immortal? And Swami Vivekananda used to tease them. He would say, draw out that word. We are so fond of our individuality. When are we individuals? Which individuality do you want to protect? The baby individuality? No. Teenage individuality? Oh my God, no. Which individuality do you want to protect? Young persons? Yeah, young person's body, his health is good. But wisdom is not there. Old person, I have got wisdom, but body is not good. Which individuality you want to protect? Which individuality you want to freeze into place? No. We are not individuals yet. We are what is called, WIP, work in progress. We are work in progress. The true individual is the capital individual, capital I individual, which is the cosmic self, the Atman. That is when you are truly individual. Satchidananda, when you realize that, when you can say Chidananda Rupa Shivoham, individual. Okay. You are making slow progress, but good. Yes. Good.
So, Swami,
yes.
one of your talk, you have gave a very good example of TV crew in the Himalaya.
Yes.
Maybe you can just repeat.
Well, that was
all
Lakshman Das ji. I don't know if he's still alive. I think he's passed away. Somebody told me he's passed away. He was this monk. He was Punjabi, but from Pakistan side of Punjab. After independence he came and he traveled to Himalayas and stayed there 40-50 years. He used to stay in a cave. Huge person, powerfully built. So I used to go to him for studying this Ashtavakra. And this book I had taken, other monks would be there. Some from little cottages, some from caves, some long beard, some shaven head and so on. So interesting group. He would sit near the Ganga and he would teach Ashtavakra. Half an hour, 40 minutes each day, that's it. So he saw this book. And he said, Dikhao, arey Angrezi mein Ashtavakra hai. This is in English. The other monks were saying, oh, this is in English. Amazing. So it's something amazing for them. It's in English. So one day he was saying, he was sitting, now imagine the scene. A small group of monks were sitting. Little ashram is there. He has made a little ashram. He used to say, Jivan mein ek hi paap kiya Mahatma ji. I have committed only one sin in my life. I said, what? Ye ashram banaya. I made this ashram. I used to stay in a cave and now I feel, why did I make this ashram? And everybody said, no, we are getting the benefit. You have made this ashram, that's fine. Anyway, one day, imagine we are sitting there, little ashram. The Ganga is very fast, torrential. That is, it's called Gauri Kunda there. And there are towering mountains all around. At that time, summertime, so only glaciers and ice were at the top of the mountain. And Deodar forest, very beautiful scenery. 10,000 feet high in the Himalayas. Then he said, one day, some of you don't understand Hindi, no? So I'll translate. But original Hindi is nice to hear. Many of you understand. So he said, तो एक दिन ऐसा हुआ कि one TV crew came and they started shooting the pictures of Ganga and the mountains. And because the Swami had never seen TV, so they decided to show him TV. So they said, "Oh, lagaya baksa laga." That means TV. They put a TV. They cranked up a generator. They put the camera on the Ganga. Then the Swami is telling us, "तो महात्मा जी सब दिखने लगा. गंगा जी पानी बहती है, कल कल शब्द होता है. The Ganga is flowing. The water is there. The gurgling sound of the water. Everything I can see and hear." And I asked him, that TV man, "Babu, इससे एक गिलास गंगा जल दीजिए." "Sir, please give me one glass of Ganga water from this Ganga in your magic box." Then the man laughed and he said, "Oh Swami, it's not like that. You can see it, but there's nothing here." In Hindi he said, "Arey Mahatma ji, ये तो दिखता है नहीं इसमें. It just looks like that. It's actually not there." Then the Swami turned towards us. "तो Mahatma ji, oh monks, ये सब वैसे ही है. All this is like that." He showed the mountains and the river and the sky and the all the people around. ये सब दिखता है, असल में इसमें कुछ नहीं है. Imagine like this. It's a very good Advaitic exercise. Imagine you go to a movie. Now this movie, not only you can see in bright multicolor, you can hear perfectly all sounds and music. But not only that, they have added one more dimension, movement. I heard in some theaters, not only 3D. 3D has come out, the pictures are in front of you like living beings. But one more dimension, movement. Your chair will move. And when the car is moving, your chair will move. Then they added one more dimension, a spray. This flower is there, you smell like this, little burst of perfume will come up and you will actually smell it. Imagine that. Now imagine that you lose all sensation of your body. A completely immersive 5D movie suppose is presented. You go into the character's body in the movie. Like virtual reality environments are almost like that now. Suppose you go into the skin, you lose total sensation of your own body in the dark theater. Now you go into the 3D screen of that person. You feel, you see with the eyes, wherever that character is looking, you can look. Nowadays they can do in technology. Like whatever that character is hearing, you can hear. Whatever that character is touching, you feel the touch. Hot, cold, warm, pressure, you feel. Whatever the character is, now imagine, whatever the character is feeling, pain and pleasure, you can feel. Now imagine, whatever the character is thinking, you can think. Now imagine, your memory is blanked out. When the character's memory is put in that place, whatever that character remembers, you can remember. Whatever the character understands, remembers, feels, wants, you feel, you understand, you feel that. Very soon you will totally lose sight that you are sitting in a theater separately. That will be gone from your awareness. You will be totally in that. That is exactly what has happened to us now. I, the unlimited consciousness, just consciousness, Chinmatra Swarupa, he says, only consciousness, nothing else. Now I am plugged into a mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions, desire, love, hate. I want this, I hate that. When will this be over? Thoughts. Then on top of that, sensations. I see, I hear, I feel, inside, outside, I smell, I taste. Then is plugged in memory, whole story of my life. I am Swami Sarvapriyananda. I have come from that place. By this time the poor consciousness is forgotten. And it becomes a life of physical entities, of thoughts, feelings, emotions. This is what is going on right now.
So are we saying that the character that scientist or the movie engineer, whoever created, is this character that created, also created emotions and also all the other feelings?
Yes.
Does that mean they created consciousness as well within that character?
So there you have got whole technology working for you, suppose in this example. Here the whole thing is within consciousness. There is only consciousness from beginning to end. But the game is going on within consciousness. Consciousness has lost sight of itself and now plugged into its own movie. And what Advaita claims, if this is not a big enough claim, Advaita claims you can actually see this with great clarity right now. Because you are that consciousness. If you see that, then you can go on with the movie happily. No problem, it will not touch you. You can actually help others. If you don't see that, This is the condition. Come again and again to retreat.
Next year final